Thank you. So first of all, to ascribe causality, yes, they actually did release the journalist because of P.J. Crowley's tweet. The determination that they made is that they didn't actually want to make a cause célèbre out of these 6 detained journalists. And so, you know, we were able to establish even at the time that there was causality between one and the other. Thank you all for participating this morning. It's exciting to see so many people actively engaged on this topic of the intersection of networks and foreign policy. The one point that I want to make is the same as the one that Ambassador Bisonniero was making, his second point, related specifically to geopolitical power. I've been on this job as Secretary of State Clinton's Senior Advisor for Innovation for 1,294 days. If someone were to say, Alec, what is the one thing you've learned? One thing. What is the one thing you've learned in 1,294 days on the job? It's this. There's a significant shift in geopolitical power taking place globally right now. Most people talk about shifts in geopolitical power on a geographic basis. The presumed shift of power from Europe and the United States to Asia, or from the global north to the global south. Whether that is true or not, the degree to which that is true, I will leave to others to discuss. What I do know, however, is that in just about all 195 countries on planet Earth, there is a significant shift in geopolitical power, and that is from hierarchies to citizens and networks of citizens. Hierarchies, whether it's government, whether it's large media companies, or other such things. And that power, for lack of a more diplomatic or polite term, is shifting to citizens and networks of citizens, and the internet connection technologies are a facilitator of that shift in power. Anybody with a smartphone right now has the technical capabilities that would have once been reserved for a printing press with a global distribution center. This is wildly disruptive. It's good for, it is disruptive for both good and ill. As Secretary Clinton says, she says, our information networks are like nuclear power. They can be used to fuel a city or destroy it. And so it's in this world of increasingly frequent disruption that we and other foreign ministries are pivoting to account for the ubiquity and power of these networks. The traditional interlocutor for someone like myself, white shirt, red tie, pinstripe suit, is another diplomat in a white shirt, red tie, and pinstripe suit. It's with someone in government, it is with the CEO, or with a general. If your sole interlocutor in the Maghreb at the beginning of the Arab revolutions was a government minister, or CEO, or a general, you had no idea what was going on in those countries. So our pivot, our putting additional focus onto these networks is not an effort to be trendy. It's not for the purposes of propaganda or other such things, but it is for the good old meat and potatoes purpose of advancing America's foreign policy interests. I'm not a techie myself. I was a medieval history major. I don't care about technology in and of itself. What I do care about is advancing America's interests. So that is just sort of some of the context to the work that we've been doing over the last 3 years and what's really driving America's engagement in this realm of e-diplomacy, or what Secretary Clinton calls 21st century statecraft.